Welcome back to part number 22 of my Imperator role playthrough as Carthage with the Invictus mod. Having quite a bit of fun with my first foray into the Invictus mod. It's a larger map, it's more interesting, a lot more border to deal with. We just finished a war with Paphlagonia. We annexed it to our Anatolian holdings. We were going to war with Scythia, but turns out he was allied with Macedon, and I didn't want to tangle with him. So we stood down, came down here, attacked Paphlagonia, have a claim going up in Budinia. It just hit, we can do that, and I just need to get some mercs, morale them up, and attack. That's essentially the size of it. This has been gone through. This is a save from turn 21. I had a dead mic for some time. I don't really know what transpired or what it was said because it's a dead mic, but it's going to pick up in a moment where I realized it was a dead mic. Alright, there's a dead mic. We're about to declare war here on Budinia as a tribal vassal for Scythia. It looks as though Macedon may join in, but not necessarily so. I think the Roman could well scare him off, all of our various vassals as well. If he wants some, I strongly suspect we've got it for him. It'll take us a little while to redeploy, but we've got it for him. We could take a 3-year war running in Macedon, take 100 war score there. We'll take 100 war score from Scythia, and carry. Let's do it. We'll see what happens. Well, so far it's just Scythia and Budinia. Let's go ahead here and let's see what level fort. It's a level 1 fort, and we'll send in 2 of our glorious mercenaries. Let's see if we can deploy these guys here. We'll force march to this fort there. Let's go. Let's see if we can force march into this capital. And we'll force march here as well. I'm going to send this unit deep, the war goal is here, isn't it? We'll go here. We can't cross that river. Well, we'll go there. I think if we both go to this fort, it'll drop quicker. We'll just go right here and then proceed to the war goal. Let's go ahead and assault and head right over here. Actually, we really don't want to get over there per se. This is what we want here. We thumped a fort. That's the one right there. Where are we going to go? We're going to force march right up here. Yikes. We downed this fort. And we're out of here. And let's see. We're sieging that down. We've taken the capital of Scythian Empire. We've occupied this as well. Where are we going to go? Right down here. Let's take these 2 provincial capitals over ASAP. Another occupation. Nothing going on. I keep hearing about these horses. We've occupied this territory. Let's head here immediately. Olbia has fallen. Arsonis and Longaticon are answering the call. Boom. Let's head forward here. So far, so good. Another occupation has fallen. And another. We have a battle shaping up. Oh, where are we going? Gotta cross here, let's go there. It's a slaughter. Another occupation, essentially unopposed. Victory. On we go. I think we can take this guy. Let's Levias him. off in the wilderness here. We're down to siege. Let's head forward right here. We've occupied this area here. Let's roll forward here. It's even better yet there. We found the Scythian army. We've been defeated. We've dropped the siege. Let's head here immediately. Oh. We've encountered those guys that beat up our levies. We stack wiped them. No, we didn't. We just occupied that. Let's head here. We're proceeding at a very quick, brisk pace. We have 77, low and low. I just need the siege to fall. Maybe this one. And that should break their spirit to carry on. I have this army headed down here. The Romans in the house. Romans showed up. That fort fell. Let's head up here. Occupy some more provincial capitals. Siege of Kermis fell as well. Let's head here. We'll catch another group out here. Oh. 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 Occupied. Let's get back to where we can stage against the Triballis. Actually, we want to be in friendly territory. We'll head this way. Do we need to assault this fort? I don't rightly know. Let's see what we can do without it. I think we do need to take that, as it's 100% war score there. We've done it. Let's move it out here. We're going to take the 15 PI. Have a religious advance. What do we have now? 2 in the bank. I'm going to grab a couple of these territories for our new vassal Shulu. Or Shula, whatnot. Let's see. We want to take, well, what we want is to get adjacent, adjacent to, Tribali. So there we can get, that should put us adjacent to the Triballis, right? Yep, there they are. There we are. So the rest can theoretically go to our vassals. Although we have a claim here in Scythia, we don't really need to exercise it, as it's always a good thing to have a claim. That way I won't have to refile it. That would mean the rest of this territory here can go to some combination of Arsonis and Shua. Or Shlu. We'll take a monthly stability tick, pay a little money, why not do it? Alright, so if we do this, we're going to take 22 aggressive expansion ourselves. And then we can take these territories here, I believe. So we'll take 22 only. Let's see if that actually goes through. It worked. So we are now adjacent to Tribalia and can do this again. And trigger Scythia, provided he's still allied with Tribalia. And Tribalia is allied with Scythia, but not Macedon. So, let's fabricate our supersonic claim immediately. And in about 8 or 9 months, it should be completed. The Roman had just showed up in force. Hopefully he'll stick around. That's a shame to, since he's come around, it's just really a shame to annex him. I wonder if we could attack Macedon while he's still fearsome. Are still belligerent, are still willing to participate. We'll find out. The longest time, like the last 50 years, he wouldn't participate in anything. Maybe it's our improved opinion maximum. We should juice him again. Let's see what happens here. Let's do it. I'm going to relieve these troops via this river and bring them to our new port here. 38% done. In the downtime, build a few theaters around in Iberia and Mauritania. We have a new governing party. Took a stability drop. We won't feel it. Wonder what we can do with our 2 innovations. Wonder if we took aggressive expansion impact and we could get mercenary reliance or war score cost. Next month we are moraled up. Let's head off to the Scythian capital. Let's see, these guys are about ready. You're about as moraled up as you're ever gonna get. Good enough there as well. These guys are done as well. Romans are still in the house, and let's see what happens. There it is. Triballia, the claim has hit. Is he still allied with Scythia? He is. Rome will participate. There it is. What's the war goal? Zargidava. There it is, much as I suspected. Well, we're going to march in there. Quick pace and take it over. Let's go march down to his capital as well. We're going to do this whole Scythian war thing again. I suspect it will go even better than last time, as he's smaller. He's still working on that fort. Oh, his capital has fallen again. Let's head up here and assault or siege down that fort as well. We're heading into Triballia proper. Let's move forward here. We'll occupy that provincial capital. Can take Omen power or provincial loyalty. The Omen we run is loyalty, and it's less than 0.06. So there that is. Oh. And dropped another Triballi siege. Oh dear. It is a slaughter indeed. Oh. We have another martial advance. Let's move it out. I bet that Merc Reliance would come in handy against Mad Mac and company. We could trigger Scythia, I think, for a third round if we were to attack Macedon. We sure could, yeah. We just hit a 99 war score. I'm pretty sure we can go for a complete annexation of Triballia, although maybe we'll just leave this where we have a claim. Maybe he'll affiliate with someone. Let's see, when do you integrate? Very soon, so he could take more land and he would still integrate reasonably soon. How many vassals do we have? We can create one more. Why not give him more land? We'll give Triballia to Longatian, but we can't separate peace with Scythia, unfortunately, which is sort of the larger... I'm going to figure something out. We could go for a total occupation of Scythia. There's really not much left, but there's enough to where it would be sort of slow going. But then we could separate peace out. In theory, other than the last two times I've tried to separate separate peace out with a... Oh, he's an autocratic monarchy. Well, the other two were tribes, and I'd swear that I had 100% occupied them. They were large like this, and it wouldn't separate peace, but we could try for a separate peace. It wouldn't take too terribly long. We have a siege man headed out here, and we have you. You can go up here. You're already going there. These guys are doing their thing. If we can get out here, I'm gonna wait. Oh, and just stack wipe one before this as well. We've dropped that siege. Let's head here ASAP. These should all occupy. Well, I found somebody here, all right. It's a fairly large army. First levy of Torica hiding out there. Will not pay. We've dropped this provincial capital. Let's head to this fort. It's looking like 100% occupation. That doesn't mean I'll be able to peace out based on the last two outcomes, but I can only hope. And I have some AE to burn down, so not a lot lost. Oh, it's over for the first levy of Torica. We have a civics advance as well. What can we do with it? I was thinking on taking 50 PI and 3 Diplo rep, a little bit of tribute income. Yeah. Or maybe just hold it. We want more pops. This fort falls, the whole which should be actionable. Separate peace agreement. It just did, we'll see. Why aren't you coming down? I think it's because of this fort right here. The fort is a major pain. Alright, we're going to try to occupy these territories around that fort. Everything else looks to be occupied. So... Well, we're going to separate peace. We'll find out if we can shortly. Well, there it is. So far as I can tell, the whole thing is occupied. Let's just click the button and find... Oh, it is occupied. Separate peace with Scythia. I'm going to transfer these various territories to my vassals and see what can be done. There's 98 war scores, 7.3 of which, or thereabouts, actually a little bit more goes to us. We should take about 15. We have about 1 here, 6.5 there, and 7.3 there. Let's do it. We took a little more than we asked for somewhere. Exactly, I don't know where, though. Well, whatever the case, it's not an egregious amount of aggressive expansion. It's not a big deal at all. Whatever it is, it is. He's still up here, I see him. Yep. That is some serious border core right there. Wait a minute here. What happened? This guy is... He was right here. We were going to colonize our way up to adjacency with Yang Kai. And now, what in the heck is going on here? We need to get a declaration on this guy and his buddy Yang Kai. Let's see what happens there. Well, whatever the case, apparently... This guy Androphagia wants some as well. Well, we need to peace out with Tribali. I think I'm going to annex the entire lot to Longoticon. as he's there. We have a claim here, or a claim where? Here. So it'll be cheap. The rest off to Longoticon. Where is this? Moesha. Oh, look at that. He's down there as well. Well, whatever the case, we should take another 0.4 AE. Yeah. We took more than we wanted there as well. Alright, I did a couple of things. I filed a claim here, which will trigger... This tribe got in the way here. It will trigger the Yunkai as well. We are exiled in various places, sort of not really particularly food-friendly. I'm going to try to shuffle these troops up toward the opening front here and here in as orderly a manner as possible. But it's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna happen, and I don't expect a lot of resistance here, as these guys are relatively small, and we have our whole legion, our singular legion. The entirety of it is up there, as well as quite a few mercs about. So we should overrun them. Will it be quick? Probably not, because we're not in the perfect position, but this claim will go up quickly. It's 11.69 per month due to our expedited claims wonder. Speaking of wonders, we sort of have a fair clip of money in the bank, and rather than continue my theater build out, which in theory is needed for the Marian reforms, or Carthaginian version thereof, I'd like to build more theaters around in Iberia. There's a lot of Iberian cities about, and it could be, a lot of these regions probably could be high performers relative to legion count if and when the Marian reforms go through. I think that happens if we hit Miltech 14, and increases in the chances increase as time passes and various other factors happen. I know that the 14 is a gateway, or Rome enacting the policy is a gateway as well, but I doubt they did. So that's what we do. I'd like to build, there's a lot of theaters and such that can be built out here as well through Asia and other areas, but they'll have to wait, as have a wonder to build. You'll note I've already built 4. The 5th one is going to involve the honored leader. It'll give us a 6% integrated culture, and at some point I'll probably run into Persian culture group. I haven't checked exactly the traditions. If it's like vanilla, we should be able to grab innovations. Apparently there are no innovations here, so maybe they're in the Iranian one. There they are. 4 innovations there, and looks like a straight 4 right there. And we'll take heavy cav and horse archer discipline. Plains combat bonus is nice. Heavy cav off, well, whatever there, and then 4 innovations for more heavy cav. So it's sort of useless, but then again, at some point, military traditions become, irrelevant relative to your miltech and army composition as well. So that's what we'll do. We'll try to take the Iranian traditions. We need an Iranian culture group or Aramaic culture group with 300 pops. So that honored leader should offset the malice we have to take for integrating cultures. We'll take another 4% malice for the Iranian group. Let's see if I have any. It would seem the Iranian culture group is painted blue. The Assyrian or Aramaic is brownish, and what we have is a Scythian. Well, I checked sort of briefly through these traditions. There are quite a few of them. They're much better done than the base game, and they're much easier to deal with because you only need 300 pops instead of the 500. 500 are sometimes hard to come by. in a singular culture. But anyway, we have to, if we want the Iranian, we have to go down into this blue colored Iranian culture group area. We could take this Scythians, but there's no innovations, and that's what I want. There's no rush, as we are going to integrate Rome shortly, and we'll be able to invest in their innovations or military traditions to acquire 6 innovations. It's going to happen in 10 years, so there's no rush again. But generally speaking, once we integrate Rome, we'll start to spend our military traditions there. We'll go down this path for siege abilities, always nice. 3 innovations right at the top, second down. Siege engineers +1 as well, bonus. Army move speed, 10% double bonus, 3 innovations as well. And then 4 free provincial investments. Some cost and such is no big deal, but the 4 improvements in provincial investments may or may not be worth my while. Probably not, relative to by then we'll hopefully be deploying into Iranian culture group somewhere. I think Parthia is an Iranian culture group, right? Parthian, yep, it sure is. Anyway, I'm going to get on that. I'll be back when the casus belli hits. Also note that pops keep coming to my capital due to our warring, and it's becoming so diverse or of culture that I can't even find how many Punics are there. So I'm going to start moving some pops out as they come in to these other various territories, and then using, well, we'll build a theater in all of these territories here as well. And we need 4 more pops there, and we can move them from the capital and solve our population problem in the capital. Stop that. Stop that. As well as create slots enough to build theaters. I just said I was going to save for a wonder, but I also said there's no rush, right? So I came to the conclusion there was no particular rush, as most of the goodies that we have have been acquired already. We have tax and commerce, slaves, government traditions, diplo traditions, doctrines, conquering traditions, retaliation, siege, religious doctrine, generals, nobles, and logistics. I'm going to send the fleet de-exiled or de-exiled up to this long river here, so as to perhaps evacuate or move these armies from here down here, whatnot, as needed. What happened to all my tyranny? I essentially have no idea. Well, another round of smearing is in order. There's a serious amount of smearing. There are a lot of popular Democrats about. Our claim is about to hit in like 2 days. And in no short, not soon enough for a mercenary that we have on down south here. He's about to run out of food. This unit here, in fact, has run out of food. What is that? Greater Armenia. I see. I see. Well, I'm going to force march over here. We're going to send this merc, try to get food friendly on the enemy's dime immediately. Well, let's get this guy here. We're going to get this merc parked up there. And I'm going to send the rest of these in as quickly as possible. There's really no contention, really, per se. It's just a matter of getting there and closing the war out. There's not much of it. These Armenians have gone a bit, well, they've gone crazed, really. What are they doing up here right now? If I had to guess, I'd say that they want some as well, really. If we were to declare on Armenia, we would trigger Gordian, Sophene, Pontus, and Chorsabia. We have a lot of mercs, and we have the ability to quickly redeploy from these areas down this river here to reinforce our efforts here, because we'll be, well, quickly overrun by these various sorts here, unless all of their levies are, of course, here, in which case nothing will happen to us. This guy is going to wander around and cause some havoc, but I would wager we have the levies or whatnot to deal with him. I wonder if I were to build some ships to this fleet, whether we could grab some Numidian levies. It's not a poor idea. I'm going to take to the sea and build out some ships. This thing will slow us down tremendously, so we'll just leave it at home for our shipbuilding maneuver. Yep. We've won this occupation somewhere, and now must proceed with great haste this way toward the capital. I'm going to secure some access from the Colchis, and perhaps the Bosporans as well, as Henocha. We're going to begin the integration of Arsonis as well. The truth of the matter, we have 9 mercenaries. And I don't think that we need 9 mercenaries up here, as our armies are there. This guy has no food, so let's let him go. This tiny little merc here, and let him go as well. Let's get this army forward here. That's backward. We'll go forward instead. And you, I don't think we need this army either. Let's lose that. That makes 4 mercs. One of which is a tiny little one right here that we have very little need of in the least. We'll off that. That leaves 3 mercs up north here, and another 3 mercs we can hire elsewhere. I'm going to find me some big fat mercs to deal with this situation down here. In the war, I'm almost certainly going to declare on a Greater Armenia. I found 3, one here, and another up here. I stayed away from these guys. We're not particularly good with chariots, so I skipped them. I also did stumble across some drilling Egyptian taxi here, right adjacent to our border. That's maddening. Luckily, we have forced march. I believe we can beat the Pontians to the capital there. I think there's an invasion somewhere. We've won this siege. We need to get up here and deal with this. We've found a horde of various sorts here. Oh, he didn't make it in time. We're going to make it on the 22nd. He's going to make it on the 26th. So we'll get to this capital first. Our armies are reorganizing and moving toward the theoretical front here. Then we'll be able to deoccupy all of this territory and claim it for ourselves. Oh, too bad, really. Oh, a merc has been de-exiled. Oh, what's that? Victorious. Who are these guys? Well, it's a provincial capital, so we're waiting. We've arrived at this fort. Let's swing up here ASAP. We've caught these tribals out as well. We can catch him. We're going to move all the way up here with the fleet, try to extract this first army of Baetica after we close this war out. By definition, we'll have to declare on Armenia first, because we want to de-exile this before closing that war out. We need to go and close and deal with this situation. I'm going to send a merc back. We'll just let him go after he sieges the capital here. Why should I wait? Why should I wait? Let's attack Greater Armenia right now. Let's start to de-occupy some of this stuff. We'll let loose here. Rome has a navy. Hopefully he swings by. I don't know exactly where the Roman is. He has a truckload of troops right here. I think he has a reasonably sized navy. Anybody else around? Our vassals are sort of wandering about. We are headed back in this direction with this merc stack. He's going to try to deal with this aspect of that tribe that we are at war with. And the war goal is here. We're going to take this out, take that out. We're headed up here to close these two out. We've just encountered the Pontians. We're going to move here and de-occupy this provincial capital ASAP. We're going to roll... who's this guy? Well, let's see if we can steal Bagman's mercs there, and then we'll get that siege for ourselves. And we're going to roll forward here. Force march right in this provincial capital. And we will... proceed down in this direction immediately. These guys here, it's weapons hot here. Let's go in, roll this area here as well. We'll take this over as well. I think that's going to do it for the episode. It should be relatively easy to de-occupy this from the Armenians, and then close this tribal war out. Then we can swing down this path here through Colchis. We've secured access into Greater Armenia. These mercs here, we'll bring it to them this way. And we have the fleet here that can pick up various armies here and at some point make it down to Armenia as well. I hope to see you in the next episode.